Hi, welcome to the Four Corners Mine. My name is Bruce Bodine, the facility manager here. I'm going to take you on a tour, so let's go. Four Corners gets its name because we span actually 4 counties over 100 square miles. Those counties are Hillsborough County, Polk County, Manatee County, and Hardy County. We have 8 operating drag lines and employ roughly 500 employees between our hourly and salary workforce. So we are now in the active mining area. Behind me is one of our electric drag lines. These drag lines are run off of 7,200 volts. These drag lines are the largest earth-moving pieces of equipment on the planet. It weighs over 6 million pounds. They take 2 people to operate them. Dragline operator right now is digging matrix, which is where the phosphate ore exists. And we call it matrix because it's a mix of phosphate, sand, and clay in about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 increments. This is a 55-yard bucket, holds about 70 tons of material. It can easily pick up a pickup truck full of material in one scoop. And he is right now mining matrix, which is about 15 to 18 foot of depth. He is scooping that up and casting it into our pit, which is a small earthen depression. Right now we are in a pit car. Our pit operator right now is slurrying up the matrix that the dragline previously mined and dumped on the perimeter of this pit. She has 2 pit guns at her control. One kind of undercuts the matrix and forms the slurry. So the water that's being used to slurry up the matrix and introduce it into the pipeline comes from our water recirculation system. We recirculate 95% of our water that we use in our mining area throughout the average mine year. That pit pump sucks that slurry up into the pipeline, introduces it into a 20-inch pipeline on the discharge side that transports it to the beneficiation plant where the phosphate is removed from the sand and the clay. So the waste clay that comes from our beneficiation process is deposited into these above-ground clay settling areas. Each clay settling area on average is about a mile by mile square, 40 to 50 foot high. The reason they're so large is because the clay particle is a very fine mineral. It needs that large amount of area, roughly 640 acres on average, to settle the fine material from the water. We then drop the water down through an elevated spillway that sits inside the clay settling area dam wall. A large pipe penetrates through the dam wall into an elevated ditch, which allows that water to be captured and then redistributed to either our plant beneficiation area or back to our mining area for use. So we're still in an active mining area. We're standing on top of what we call a BMP, a Best Management Practice ditch and berm. This separates the active mining area from the inactive mining area. This is part of our permit requirements. This ditch is receiving water from our dewatering wells, which are in the active mining area. In order to do efficient mining and be good stewards of the natural resource that we have, we actually dewater the active mining area prior to mining, pump that water into these recharge ditches. These ditches then percolate the water back to the inactive mining area to recharge the groundwater outside of the mining area to maintain water levels. If we did not do this prior to mining, everything would be underwater. We wouldn't be able to recover the phosphate as efficiently as we should. As a facility manager at this facility, which spans over 100 square miles, there's nothing more important to me outside the safety of my employees than the protection of the environment that we work in. We have several permits that are required to operate a facility of this size, both at the county level, at the state level, and also at the federal level. We dedicate the appropriate amount of resource to expeditiously comply with any of our permit requirements. I'm not just a mine manager, I'm also a dad. I have 3 daughters that live here in Florida. I want to make sure that whatever we do for the environment, they can enjoy for their life and generations to come.